Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here. In today's video, we're doing an unboxing video on the Resident Evil deck building game, the Alliance expansion, so let's get into it. Alright, so now that we got the game out, let's jump in and see what's inside. So Resident Evil, the deck building game, the Alliance expansion, is a standalone version of the Resident Evil deck building game, but it can also be played with the other versions of the game as well. And so there's a lot of different modes to this game, which is cool, but it basically takes place in the Resident Evil universe, more surrounding the first Resident Evil game. You'll be exploring the initial mansion that's just outside of Raccoon City, and then you will go through different scenarios, and then also different alternate modes. So there's a story mode, there's a versus mode, and a mercenaries mode. And so each one has their own unique feel to them. There's different starting cards that you can have for each type of scenario, and that will alter the play style of the game as well. So some of them you're trying to defeat all the enemies and infected in the mansion. Others you're trying to just get a high score, see how many people you can defeat. And then also there's a versus mode where it's you against another player trying to defeat each other. So depending on what play style you want, there's a lot of options. Just a survey card here. But let's dive into the decks. Alright, so to start off the game, you'll choose different characters to play as. And so again, you'll choose whichever one that you want to play the game. And each one kind of has their own unique health, their own unique strengths and abilities, and level up abilities as well. And then there's also different starting basic cards that will form your deck, and then over time you'll be able to get additional cards to make your deck more powerful. So you have basic items like knives, weapons like handguns, many different types of those. There's shotguns, other types of weapons like grenades, flash grenades, flamethrowers, rocket launchers, sniper rifles, and much more. And so again, over time, you'll slowly build up additional weapons as well as ammunition that you can take on events and explore the mansion. Now, throughout each turn, you're going to have certain things that you can do. And so you start off your turn by having one action you can perform, one buy that you can do, so buying a new card, and then one time exploring the mansion, which pretty much is reaching into the mansion deck and flipping up a card to see if you fight against an infected or some type of event happens. And so throughout your turn, you start with those basic options, but over time, as you acquire more powerful cards, you can add more actions, more buys, and more explores as well. Now, a little bit on how the explore option works is that you will kind of declare that you're going to explore, and before that you do that, you'll add up the ammo total of all the ammo that you have, and then you'll also go through and see how much damage your different equipped weapons can do during that explore. And so when you do this, it basically will tell you how strong your attack was, and then if your attacks are more than the health of the infected enemies you encounter, you'll be successful. And then you'll then add these cards and their award level here to your player's experience total, and so you can actually level up through the game, unlock new abilities, and become more powerful as well. So it sounds like it's almost has some RPG elements to the game, where your characters can get more powerful and level up and acquire new abilities and weapons over time, allowing you to explore further and take on the many affected throughout the mansion. And so again, you can see here we've got some base ammunition, which can either add bullets or also gold. And this will allow you to buy more powerful ammunition, more powerful weapons, items to help your deck, including actions, and much more. And so I definitely think the game will have a high replay value to it because there are so many different base scenarios you can choose from, and you can mix and match what starting cards are available to you. And then there's also additional expansions in the deck building game as well. And so this one again is a standalone game, but there are several other Resident Evil deck building game expansions that you could add to this and play with this one as well. It also looks like the box has a cool insert to organize all your cards, which will make it a little bit more convenient to play in future games once you've gone through and organized them. But overall, that wraps up this unboxing of the Resident Evil deck building game, the Alliance expansion. And so if you'd like to pick up a copy of this game, there'll be a link in the description below where you can do so. And definitely stay tuned for a future video where we do a full review on the game once we've had some more time to play it. Well, again, hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing video on Resident Evil, the deck building game, the Alliance expansion. If you did, be sure to smash that like button as it really helps out the channel. And again, if you did want to pick up a copy of this game, there'll be a link in the description below where you can do so. And if you like videos like this on video games, board games, and everything nerdy, check out one of our other videos here. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new nerd videos we put out. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.